community. My name is Pam and thanks for tuning into this channel. And today I'm going to be providing you guys with a plant update. An update on how my plants are doing for my plant haul number 4. So for you guys who haven't had a chance to check out that video, do me a favor you guys, pause this one and go and check that one first. And then you can come back and see any changes. So let's just get right into it. I'm going to start off with my Philodendron, my Philodendron Jungle Boogie. So far I've had it and I've seen the 2 new growth points, one right here and then another one right there, but it hasn't really given me any growth since I've had it thus far. And also you guys, what I did notice is the leaves, some of the leaves had started getting like, I don't even know if you can see it, the little spots. Y'all see those spots right there? I'm not sure if the camera's picking it up, but they're little circular spots. I'm not quite sure if you guys can see it. I'm not sure what it is. What I've been doing for the past couple of weeks is I have been giving this plant, spraying it with insecticidal soap and watering it down and then ending it off with my neem oil solution. I've been keeping an eye on it to make sure that it doesn't spread, and I kind of keep it away from the rest of my plants because I don't know what it is. But so far since I've been doing it, I don't think the spots have been spreading, but I'll just keep a watchful eye on it. My next plant will be the Zinzizzz. And when I got this plant, if you remember watching the plant haul, I had one additional stalk coming up right here. But I did the craziest thing, you guys. I was watering this plant, and it's in a cash bowl, by the way. Take it out. And I forgot to check. I forgot to check the bottom of this. So for a little while, it was actually sitting in water, you guys. And the stalk that was growing and opening up, that one actually kind of rotted. And so I had to get rid of it. I had to pull it out, cut it off. And I brought this plant, I had this plant in one of my lower light situations, but because I wanted to dry it out, kind of brought it in my sunroom for a while. And I might just leave it in here, I'm not sure. But tip, we gotta remember to check those cash poles after we water it. And I totally forgot, and because of that, one of the stalks died. But so far so good, the rest of them seem to be doing fine. And I haven't had any issues. My next little plant I'm going to share with you guys, the update will be this Hindu rope. As you can see, it's still hanging in there. Very easy care so far, haven't given me any problems. I literally just wait for this plant to the soil to completely dry up. And also watch the leaves as an indicator. When the leaves start getting real crumbly looking, that's an indicator of it being time to give it a nice drink. But I know that this is a slow grower, so I'm just still keeping my fingers crossed. I have it in here in my sunroom where it's getting all kind of directional, bright, indirect light, and I'll just see where it goes. You know, maybe I'll be able to come across a bigger specimen of this, and maybe I can combine them. Not sure, but I like what I see. I just love the structure and the fact that it is hanging, and it's very beautiful in color. So no problems with this one, you guys. Now my next one will be my Philodendron Silver Stripe. Isn't it beautiful though? I mean, if you love already that Philodendron Brazil, like this one behind me, then you will definitely enjoy this plant as well. I haven't had any issues with this plant. Look at the color. Oh man. I'm just loving the color, you guys. I haven't had any issues. I have it sitting actually in my bedroom on a shelf where I have like this little shelf lighting strip that I brought off of Amazon, and just to give it a little bit extra light. And so far so good. It's even starting to extend the trail. And when I first got it, it was starting to trail, but the trail was not quite this long. So it has somewhat showed me some growth, and I really can't wait for this one to take off. My next plant will actually be my Skindapsis Silver. Now, so far since I've had this plant, you guys, it has trailed for me. But the one thing that I've noticed that it has not been providing me with too much is what the Silver is known for, and that very silvery tip in the leaves. I don't really see that too much in the rest of the leaves. I mean, I have some sparingly here and there, but it's not really, I say, all over the plant like I personally would want. But I am happy with this plant. I'm actually looking at it right now. It needs water. So this soil it dries out very quickly. So I know probably, maybe I'll give it maybe another couple of weeks. I might just up pot it a little bit, give it some fresh soil, and maybe that will actually do the trick here. But I love it. It's growing vigorously for me. It's starting to trail all over the place, as Skindapsis are known to do. So I'm really happy about this one. My other plant, let's see, will be the Philodendron Green Princess. Guys, this plant is still beautiful. It's still very healthy looking. The leaves are still very thick. It's very shiny. And I have this plant actually in a lower light area of my home, and it does not seem to have any problem with the adapting to that little bit of light. I do see various points of new growth on this plant, like you may see, I don't know if the camera pick it up, right here is very little. I have a growth point here, and then there's one here. But it's taking its time coming out. Now I already know that if I gave this plant more light than what it's getting, that the growth would really be remarkable. But I'm satisfied with the fact that it is bushy and compact. I really love the look. So this one doesn't necessarily have to grow vigorously for me. Like I said, it's very adaptable to the light situation that I have. And it's just so beautiful in this particular wicker basket. I just really love it. Had no problems with this plant at all. And my next one, you guys, will be my Calathea Sabrina. And I actually had a person that watched my video. Thank you very much for confirming that this was a Sabrina, because I wasn't 100% sure, you guys. So thank you so much for that. It didn't come in this pot, by the way. I just put it in the pot. It actually just came in its actual nursery pot. Now, so far, this plant, you guys, has been very dramatic for me. Like, you cannot skip a beat with the watering schedule on this plant. Yeah, I honestly thought a couple of weeks back, I honestly thought I almost killed it, because it just dropped down so badly. I mean, it was like really all the way hung over, you guys. Oh my goodness, it was sad. And I realized I knew that it needed some water, and I gave it some water, and it just perked right back up. But because I'm not really good with my watering schedules, when it comes to them with Calatheas, I try to be a little bit more mindful, but sometimes you do forget as you go along with other things that's going on in your personal life. And so I am having a little bit, you probably won't even be able to see it, or maybe you will, just some crispiness of the leaves. And that could possibly be coming from, like I said, my watering schedule is not up to par. This one right here is really, you see that, you guys? It's just like really that burning crispiness. But like I said, I love plants for all of its characteristics. It doesn't have to necessarily be a perfect plant, you guys. And you want to keep in mind too, if your plants don't look perfect, it's not really a reflection of you. It's just that sometimes things happen and we have to learn how to take the bitter with the sweet when it comes to these babies. But for the most part, it's still a beautiful plant. Like I said, the crispiness of the leaves could be one or two things. It's in my dining area where it's average humidity in there, and it's probably like 45 to 50% max. On a good day, 50% humidity in there, and my offbeat of the watering. But it's still growing, you guys. It's rewarding me with a new growth right here, as well as right here. So even in spite of maybe it not receiving enough humidity, as well as me not maintaining my watering schedule for it, it still has been rewarding me with growth. And I'm still happy that I have the plant. I love the way that it feels. And just look at that, you guys. It's gorgeous. You gotta admit, it's very gorgeous. Now my next plant will be my Mandarin Orange, the spider plant. Now if you watch the video, you'll see where I talk about how I actually combine these plants into one because I love it so much. I wanted a fuller pot of it. And this plant is really, I gotta say, you guys, this plant is really underrated in my personal opinion. If you don't have this plant, I strongly recommend you trying out this plant. The color on here is beautiful. I just love that orange. And every time I think about it, I honestly just think about orange sherbet ice cream. I don't know, but it just goes so well with this beautifulness of the green leaf. And I think I did a good job actually matching it in this particular pot. Y'all let me know what y'all think. You think this plant does pair well with this pot? I think it does. But still beautiful. It doesn't give me any issues. This is a plant that you just have to be mindful of to not let completely dry out. If you let this plant completely dry out, it will let you know that it's not happy with it because the tip of the leaves will get crispy, or you may have an entire leaf that actually gets brown and crispy. So you want to keep in mind to maintain the moisture in the soil. So I recommend watering this when it's 2 inches of the soil has become dry. My next plant is this baby right here. This coffee plant, it is so lush, you guys. I keep this plant in the windowsill of my kitchen, and this thing has been growing non-stop. It's almost to the point where I almost have to take it out the windowsill. It will eventually start reaching the top part of the window, and then I'm going to have to figure out another way to display this plant or leave this plant in the kitchen because I love it so much, and it's just been growing so well for me under my care. This plant does not like to dry out, so the goal for this one, you don't want to let it dry out, you guys. And I still have it in the planting soil that it came in. It looks like it's more like a regular potting mix, but with more orchid bark. So because of that, this plant is known for kind of like drying out on me. But I water this plant, I want to say maybe every 3 days, you guys. If you don't water it, it will let you know the leaves will start to droop. But it does perk back up after you give it some water. But I don't want it to keep on drooping and coming back up, drooping and coming back up, because I know for certain plants that may not be a good thing. You can actually be shocking their system, and then they might wind up drooping and never coming back up. So I try to maintain the moisture in here. Like I said, I water it for maybe every 3 days, I want to say. And because I have it in this beautiful light source where it's getting that bright and direct light, it is just taking off, you guys. It's gorgeous. Hey guys, I had to interject in that video because I forgot to share one plant that was part of that haul, but I didn't have it in here. And the reason why I didn't have it in here is because it was just too big for me to carry. So I'm just going to show you a real quick picture of it, and it's my Anthurium big red bird. For obvious reasons, as you guys can see right here, it's still very full, very big. I haven't had any issues with this particular plant. I did have to pot it a little bit because the roots was just so robust, was busting out at the seams. So I did have to repot it. But as you can see, you guys, they haven't really given me any new growth, and a lower leaf or two did turn yellow and fall off, and I just realized that that was just part of the acclimating process in my home, is receiving some bright and direct light from my sand sea light, because this particular plant, it needs to be in bright light. But this is just an update for that one plant that I forgot to share on the original video. So back to the video, you guys. Now, I have one more plant, you guys, I want to share. Thanks for hanging in there with me. And this is the beautiful Philodendron painted lady. Look at that lady. She's a sexy lady. That's what I think anyway. So, she has been growing very nice for me. I have it sitting on one of my tables near east facing window, and is getting some light also from my sand sea light. And so far it has rewarded me with a few leaves, to the point where now I had to actually put it up on a little bamboo stake. I know at some point I may have to get this plant on a thicker, bigger moss pole, but for now the bamboo stick seems to be doing its work as far as holding it up. And as you can see, guys, it's still about to unfurl or give me another leaf. This thing is gorgeous, you guys. I mean, look at that. I love it because, first of all, who can deny that pinkish hue that's on the back of the stem, and then the color of the leaves. I mean, I just love that speckling color. It's gorgeous. It is absolutely gorgeous. And I love it. I have it in this pot. I'm not too fond of the pairing with this. But this was the pot that I had that fit this pot, so I kind of used it for now. But it's still beautiful. Just going to give you one last look, you guys. Look at that. Painted lady. Philodendrons, I'm a sucker for. All varieties, all kinds. If I can get my hands on all of them, if I had the space and the money, trust me, I would. But let me tell you guys, I recommend you getting this if you don't have it. You got to do some shopping around. You may come across a specimen where you actually can't afford it. It's not too expensive. So if you don't have one and you're looking to get one, you guys just keep shopping around. You'll look up and come across something that's in your price range and something in a suitable size that you like. So that's pretty much it, you guys. Let me know if you have any of these plants. Share with me any care tips that you can provide. Let me know how they're doing well in your environment as well. And thank you so much for coming along with me as I give you an update for my plant haul number 4. And keep in mind, you guys, if you love foliage as much as I do, and you love listening to planty things, then definitely subscribe to this channel. Give me a thumbs up and a thumbs down if you choose to. Any support you guys can give me, I appreciate it so much. And enjoy your day and wherever you are in the world. And until next time, guys, much love. Let me give you one last look, you guys. Can't deny it. The beauty on this plant. She is definitely a lady, you guys. Definitely a lady. Bye.